High on a 3-game win streak, including a 2-0 start to A10 play. It is their longest such streak since the beginning 3 games of the season in non-conference. Tip is up. Winning is UMass, and we are underway. The visitors working left to right on your screen in their all red, URI in their white, going right to left. We're underway. Keon Thompson starts with it. Fuchs guarding Cohen. Back to Thompson. Driving in, looking for a way through into the starter. Now under the basket is Cohen. Kicks it back out. Jaden House, top of the key to guard. Cohen driving around, 3 to shoot, still looking for a way up, defended by URI, just enough. It'll be a shot clock violation and a defensive possession to start the game for the Rams.
And that's what the lack of 3-point shooting from UMass this season gives you defensively as a team for Rhode Island. You know they're going to attack inside early, so you pack players in the paint, you make life difficult, and that is the result of that, a turnover in the very first possession.
Big denial too. Cohen, a monster in the paint for the Minutemen. Down the other way, though, a quick steal for UMass, and it'll be called back. It is a Rhode Island foul. Jaden House, the one to commit it, and UMass take the ball right back. Well, there is a look at Archie Miller, as we said, second-year head coach. Comes off stints with Indiana and Dayton. Was the 2017 A10 Coach of the Year with the Dayton Flyers, who are one of only 3 unbeaten teams in the conference right now, off to a 3-0 start. The other one, Archie Miller's Rhode Island Rams, they're 2-0. Here's UMass. Still scoreless here, about a minute into the game. Here's Diggins trying to work around House. Drives in, left side, no good. Right side, excuse me. Cohen put back, and the second chance point misses, but another rebound and another miss. This time, David Green comes away with it. UMass, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, Aiden. That time it didn't help him. Now other end, kicking it out. House, corner, that'll fall. And Rhode Island opened the scoring. 3-0 Rams.
And Nathan, we talked about it before. UMass not a great 3-point shooting team. The Rams not much better, but a good job there to establish some dominance from outside early.
Keon Thompson looks to respond, can't do it. But Hankins Sanford comes away with the rebound, and still UMass struggling to find their first points. Big rebound from House. Here come the Rams. Estevez inside, goes up and out. Off the iron, that one no good. Still just 3-0 with 18 to play. Thompson out for Hankins Sanford. Now finds Cohen. Josh Cohen, he puts one up. This time it falls. UMass cut it to 1. And finally, the Minutemen able to open the scoring on the afternoon. Estevez driving inside left wing and gets fouled on the way. He's going to be in a little bit of a tangle with a couple Minutemen. And we'll take a look at UMass. Off to a great start. Another second-year head coach in Frank Martin. 11.7 scoring margin. That is the best in the conference, Aiden, as well as 9.2 steals per game. Also an A10 leading statistic. UMass got off to a similar start last year, 7-1 to start non-conference. They put together 2 9-win non-conference slates for the first time. Here's David Green, top Jaden House inside now, kicks it back out. Estevez for 3. There it is. Rhode Island operating from distance. And Cam Estevez has his 20th 3-point effort of the season.
Rhode Island did a great job to centralize that ball deep and allow UMass's defense to sink in towards the paint, which allowed Cam Estevez to be wide open on the perimeter.
Box out defense from the Rams comes to Thompson, hits 3, no good. UMass struggling from beyond right now. Here's another effort. That one no good as it rattles out. And coming away with the rebound is David Fuchs. 3 straight double-doubles, including 5 10-plus rebounding games for Fuchs, who's on the ball now. Jaden House, central. Finds court right. Man of the last 3 games, Aiden. 26 points in his last outing versus Davidson. He drives in, looks for a way up, goes up, floats one inside, looking for Fuchs, and he puts one up, but it rattles out once again off the rim. Almost gunned it under heavy pressure. Now it comes down the other way. Okay, Cohen, uncontested, easy layup. Fuchs hits the floor, can't do anything about that one.
Well, it was Fuchs and Courtwright colliding under the rim and basically allowed UMass to run a red carpet right up to the rim. And just the lay was uncontested.
Cohen averaging just over 17 points per game and 6.7 rebounds to go along with it. Here's David Green. Green making his 4th straight start for the Rams after being benched for the first 12 with the NCAA 2-time transfer rule. Estevez floats from the middle, and it's in.
That's the versatility that Estevez brings to the floor. He can score outside, he can score inside, he can score on the run. Such a great, promising young factor for this Rhode Island team. Only a freshman.
Freshman who is making his 4th straight start as another shot misses. Cohen rebound. That one's good.
Way too many second chance opportunities allowed by Rhode Island. They have to start boxing out the Minutemen and try to eliminate these second chance opportunities.
We have a team like UMass where that is where they thrive, Aiden. David Green driving in. Gets the call. 8-6, an early Rhode Island lead. But by double figures, they brought it back and nearly were able to turn that score around at the end. Just couldn't do it. Came back with a responsive win against LaSalle at home. Now looking to make it 2 in a row against Rhode Island.
And that game only ended up being a 4-point victory for the Flyers, who are ranked 22nd in the net rankings nationally.
Courtright goes for a 3, picks up the foul. It knocks off the back of the iron, but he'll step to the line for the first time. Aiden, this is something we talked about ahead of the broadcast. Both teams' strength, their strength is when it comes to getting to the line, not necessarily, though, when it comes to scoring. A look at the foul from Louis Courtright. Well, free throw issues have been plaguing the Rams throughout the start of this season. Started to take a turn for the better last time out against Davidson. Scored 22 points from the line.
They're shooting 67% from the line over the last 3 games, but still ranked 345th in the nation in 3-point percentage. But Louis Courtright went 9 for 10 from the line against Davidson, picking up a majority of his points.
The 69% free throw shooter. And you take a look there, first 9 games shot 58. That one up 10% in the last 6. He makes all 3. And Rhode Island early on perfect from the charity stripe. 11-6 the lead for the Rams over UMass. Looking to respond, Jalen Curry. Bounces it top of the key for Josh Cohen. He's guarded closely by Tyson Brown. Brown going up, Cohen over him, and the lay no good. Away with it is Courtright. Courtright bounce pass into Brown. Has some space, goes up, it rolls out. The foul called against Brown. And it'll go the other way against Jalen Curry, who hit the ground first in the eyes of the referee. Had his feet set in time.
Such a smart play by Curry. He sees Brown charging downhill and just makes a smart play, plants his feet, and sacrifices the body, and it's a turnover for Rhode Island as a result.
Absolutely. UMass, an opportunity with the turnover to dig into this early 5-point lead with about 15 to play in the first half. The Minutemen with a nationally ranking offense put up 82 points per game, and picking up the foul on the missed layup is Curry. On the other end, he'll step to the line.
It was a good block attempt by Tyson Brown.
There's a look at another second-year head coach, Frank Martin. As we said, in his second season, he was previously the South Carolina head coach for 10 years. In that time, bringing the Gamecocks to their first ever NCAA Final Four appearance. Aiden now comes to UMass. Didn't have the greatest conference slate last year, but gotten them off to a great start. They came into this one and 4-2-1 in the conference. We mentioned that only loss coming against Dayton as Curry sinks his first shot.
Also named the Jim Phelan National Coach of the Year back in 2017.
Jeremy Fomina enters the game early for the first time for the Rams. The freshman who has made a name for himself early in the season. Jaden House coming down the other way. The lay, no good. Great block from the Minutemen. It's turned over. Crowd don't like the no call. Coaching staff for the Rams up in arms about it, but it stays with Jalen Curry. He's guarded at the top by Estevez. Curry still going in. House swats it away. Falls only as far as Sanford. Thinking about threes, Davis. Pumps, takes it, no good. And the putback also no good. House gets above everyone and brings down the board. Here's Jaden House for Green. Top of the key from 3. Rattles in. And that'll fall.
some theatrics around the rim for David Green. You see him leaning back at the top of the perimeter, just hoping that it drops in. It finally gets the gravity gets the better of it, and it brings it down inside the diameter.
Fomina picks up a foul. There is a look, had open space, decided to take it, nearly rolled the other way, but fortunately for Green, he gets his first points of the afternoon. Rhode Island off to a good start offensively, similar showing against Davidson. And UMass have an early 7-point hole to look at. Another foul now called against the Rams, and the fans making their voices heard here in Kingston.
And well, despite the dismay from the home fans, Nathan, it's been a pretty clean called game from the referees. I haven't seen anything too egregious. They were up in arms about the block on House down on the other end, but it really looked to me like he got ball first, and anything after that is really just comes with the sport of basketball.
Curry with the bounce pass to Cohen, and he floats back from the paint to score. 9-14 is the lead for Rhode Island. Courtright has it. Looking to direct traffic from the logo. Backs up. He's heavily guarded by Keon Thompson, who nearly strips it away. Courtright keeps it, hits the ground, gets it to David Green. Now Estevez has it. Rhode Island escape a possible steal, and putting it back from the Estevez shot is Jeremy Fomina.
Jeremy Fomina, such great size coming off the bench. We saw him starting a bit early on in the year, but he provides such a great spark coming off the bench.
Stanford, nothing but net from three. Rhode Island conceded the other end, and another foul called against the Rams.
And, well, you can get the vibe here in the Ryan Center from right behind us.
Cohen steps up to the line, has 2 shots, makes 1. Rhode Island fans like that one, and it'll stay down at their end of the court.
And now UMass can use this as possibly an act of momentum and try and switch this. It was mostly Rhode Island right up until that flagrant foul, and now UMass trying to flip the script here. Almost 7 minutes into this one.
Zeke Montgomery checks into the game for Rhode Island. Inbound coming the way of UMass. Keon Thompson on the baseline to take. Just under 7 minutes into this one. Rhode Island have led the whole way, but UMass keeping it a close game, and still a little bit of delay. Not sure exactly where it's coming from.
I think they're probably trying to make sure the clock is lined up. That's my guess. Usually when we can't decide or figure out what it is, it's usually the clock.
Thompson gets it off. Corner, 3, no good. House comes away with the rebound once again. Coming down the other way is House. Finds Montgomery. Now David Fuchs slowing it down for House. Pulls up for 3. Oh, net. And it's 19-13.
Jaden House has been terrific on both sides of the floor. Got a big defensive rebound, sprinting across the floor, and then moves the ball well, and ends up finding himself wide open for a 3.
UMass come down the other way through pressure. The lay is good. Still a 4-point game. Here's Courtright trying to beat the pressure from Thompson. Finds Jaden House, spins around court, and he does get fouled. Found his way around Curry and took the contact. He'll step up to the line. Once again, Jaden House playing the game he loves to play in, and driving into the paint, looking for the contact, and we'll take another look at the bucket. Or this is, sorry, the Curry bucket on the other end for UMass. Got over Jaden House, who then came down the other way and did it himself.
Now we see Jaden House, who is hitting 2/3 of his free throw shots coming into this one. Hits the first of his 2 on this trip. And a couple substitutions coming on for UMass. Mark Keyworthy being one of them. And it looks like Tyler Mason. Is that Tyler Mason? I believe it is. It is, and that will be Tyler Mason's first minutes of the season, the freshman out of Stafford, Virginia.
One of 7 freshmen on this UMass roster. A new team, 10 newcomers coming to the Minutemen in the offseason. They find themselves down 21-15. Hitting the ground is Courtright. Thought he got the call his way.
Oh, they're going to call, I guess, an illegal screen?
Yeah, he was not happy as soon as he saw the call on the ground. I think you're right there, Aiden.
It's another one of those weird bang-bang plays, Nathan, where you can really rule it either way. It really is a matter of establishing that you are there first, and I don't know if he did that. And he'll take a seat as a result. That his second foul here. Him, Tyson Brown, and Jeremy Fomina all have 2 fouls.
Always Right comes into the game to replace Courtright. Curry's first free throw, no good. And now it goes the other way for Rhode Island. Aiden, the last time these two teams played here at the Ryan Center, a much different look.
It was not pretty, Nathan.
It was not pretty if you're a Rhode Island fan. For UMass, they'll be happy with it. It was their largest win against an A-10 opponent on the road since February of 1996. Of the two rosters, only 4 players active right now saw the floor in that game. Certainly a much different look to new-look teams that are really in the development phases, again, with a pair of second-year head coaches.
And you also have to look back at that game, Nathan. It wasn't as much as UMass won the game, as much as Rhode Island lost the game. Rhode Island only tallying 45 points in that contest. UMass didn't even break 70. They only had 69, so it wasn't as much as UMass outplayed Rhode Island as Rhode Island kind of outplayed themselves.
It was only one of 3 true road wins that the Minutemen picked up last season. Inbound by URI, always Right on the ball. Jaden House back to Right, thinks about 3, plays it into Green, back out to House, hits 3 off the rim.
We've seen that a lot from Jaden House. He heats up early from outside and decides to maybe test the hot hand, maybe a bit farther out than he usually would shoot it from. A hand in his face, pull the trigger regardless.
2 for 3 from distance, floater is good. That's Jalen Curry over David Green. And it's back to a 4-point game. Always Right now, pressing very high are UMass. Montgomery looking for options, finds Fuchs, resets to David Green. 2 on him, tries to get around them both, goes up, keeps the ball nearly, and House picks up the loose ball, puts it in, and takes the foul. A recovery play from Jaden House when David Green was swamped. It'll bring the free throw line. 40 of his 59 attempts coming into today. Already 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight. And he'll have 1 more. Already 7 fouls for each team here early in this game with 11 to go. Jaden House sinks it, and Rhode Island have 24.
And you'll see that in a regional rivalry like this, Nathan. There is some bad blood. UMass and Fordham, really this team's biggest rivals in the A-10, and it definitely is always a heated matchup when the Minutemen and the Rams clash.
UMass have hit 4 of their last 5 from the field. The preseason poll, Aiden, wouldn't have had this one as a game to look at. Slated at 13th versus 14th in terms of predicted finishes. While 2 games into conference play, it's 3rd versus 5th, and suddenly a lot more eyes turned on these 2 teams. Curry pulls up for 3, hits it.
And that, Nathan, is really because preseason polls don't matter. Both these teams are so young, so unproven, so many new players. Nobody knew what to expect from either of these sides, and everybody has really gelled together and matured as a group on either side, which is why they're 3rd and 5th in the A-10 standings right now.
Archie Miller calling these 2 teams that are really trying to grow up and develop. David Green through traffic, layup and in.
Speaking of growing up, that was a grown man play from David Green. Saw so many maroon jerseys in front of him and powered through them all the way to the cup.
Yeah, what an impact he's made early on for the Rams. Another miss from UMass. Fuchs with the rebound. Again, 3 games he's played. Rhode Island have 3 wins in a row. It's with Estevez on the near side. He pulls up. 3-point effort is in. That'll fall. Estevez heating up as well.
They're going to call a foul after the fact on David Fuchs. But how about the confidence from Cam Estevez? We'll take a look at it here. Gets a nice screen from Fuchs, and he made that one splash.
We talked about 2 teams that really struggle to shoot from 3. Not for Cam Estevez. He's the exception. The freshman that has really impressed in his first season in Rhode Island. Came into this one leading the team with 19 3-point makes. Has made at least 1 3-point attempt in his last 6 games and at least 2 in his last 4. Comes into today being 12 and 31 in that time. He's picked up right where he left off. Gets his 4th straight start. Here's Worthy on the ball. Hankins Sanford takes. Coming off the back of his first career double-double versus LaSalle. Worthy back again, looking for his first points. Overall wins right, but kicks it into the corner. Now back in for Thompson. Goes up, contested. No good, but the foul called, I believe it was on Fuchs.
And Nathan, how about the noise in this Ryan Center? Preseason, we spoke to Archie Miller back in October. We said the attendance at the end of last year, this place was desolate, Nathan. There was absolutely no energy in the building, and he said, win and they will come. Win and they will come. Now, 3 straight victories, 1 in non-conference, 2-0 in A-10 play, and here you see these fans are coming back, and they are loud.
It's really unbelievable how quickly things can change in college basketball. Rhode Island 2 weeks ago, losing 5 straight. Looked like we might be set for a repeat of what was a disappointing first season for Archie Miller. Instead, 2-0, 2 big upsets as well. Wins over St. Joe's and Davidson. Suddenly they're right back. I wouldn't say in that conversation. It's very early in conference play, but certainly a lot more positive than it was at the end of the year last year.
Well, Nathan, it really was that St. Joe's game. I was home. You were here in the Ryan Center. And our text messages were a series of, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. That comeback was absurd.
From 13 points down, Green pulls up, mid-range shot rolls out. Rebound 1 and kept in well by UMass. It was Jaden Jingay who kept it in and did good enough to put it out off a Rhode Island player. It'll be UMass ball heading down the other way. Under 10 to go here in the first half. URI approaching one of their largest leads of the afternoon, 29-21. It was a similar start for UMass versus LaSalle. Head coach Frank Martin saying they didn't play very enthusiastically. They went into the break only leading by 1 over LaSalle and ended in an 85-61 win as a 3-point effort is no good for the Minutemen.
And you have to wonder where that's coming from, because he expressed that they were disappointed after that loss to Dayton, which is why they started a bit flat against LaSalle. Ended up coming back big in the second half, but now they're coming off a big win.
Green contested, no good, off the back of the iron. Comes out, rebound 1 by the Rams. Here's Estevez. Near side for Green, drives in, down low, gets fouled, and he'll shoot 2.
Now we see David Green, who has surprised us and disappointed us almost from the line. Really just came in. He is an excellent player on almost every aspect of the floor. He can rebound, he can score inside, outside, but he came in that St. Joe's game and got to the line a decent amount and really just couldn't tally anything. I believe it's 7 for 15 from the line in that St. Joe's game.
There's no question about the impact that Green has had in his first now 4 games as a Ram, but certainly that was the number to look at. Got to the line for 15 shots. It was a game high and had a little bit of a dry streak towards the end of the first half. Missed, I think, 6 or 7 in a row and eventually finished the night 7 for 15. Looking to start off better tonight and does. 2 for 2 in that trip. Rhode Island extend their lead to 31-21. First double-figure lead of the night, and David Green goes to take a seat on the bench.
And we're going to see what David Green can do with maybe a full game's play. Had to leave early against Davidson due to simply just having foul trouble. 3 fouls, I believe, in the first 12 or 15 minutes.
Up and inside, Marquis Worthy opens his account on the afternoon. UMass get 2 back. It's 31-23, 8.5 to play.
And now with Rhode Island with a lead, they're not too accustomed to having a lead like this going into the halftime break. So it really is all about controlling the floor, taking smart shots, not forcing anything up, and just playing with this lead.
URI shooting 56% from the field. UMass just 39 early in this one. Open corner. Estevez takes. That one's good.
That's a 3-point basket.
And that's the smart shots I was talking about, Nathan. They don't force it up top. They move it around the perimeter, and they end up finding Estevez. UMass struggles against defending on the perimeter. So if you move the ball on the outside enough, shots will open up for you.
Reverse layup attempt, no good. URI defending, and looks like the foul is going to be called against Rhode Island. Make it 3 for 3 from distance for Kim Estevez today. And it's just been an absolute spark of energy for this Rhode Island team. I mentioned it beforehand, but when you talk about two teams whose three-point shooting is not necessarily their forte, their go-to, Kim Estevez the exception there as Cohen sinks a free throw outside of the media timeout. Josh Cohen, we haven't talked about him much tonight, but he has been the veteran presence that this young new UMass team has so desperately needed. 12 double-figure performances, 8 20-plus games, had a season-high 28 points twice in a row. Back in November at the Diamond Head Classic, made the all-tournament team as well. Haven't seen much of Matt Cross tonight, but that duo has really been deadly for the Minutemen. Here's Always Right, working on Curry. Gets hit, drops the ball. Block is going to be called. Good. Refs are not going to call the foul. Again, the fans specifically behind us even making a little bit of noise about it. It will stay with Rhode Island.
It's my favorite fan in the Ryan Center is the one that sits directly behind the broadcast booth, making sure the referees hear him and his thoughts, although they are valid at times.
Rhode Island called timeout on the inbound. We'll keep it right here. They lead UMass by 10 in the first.
More than not, the only Minuteman with double-digit points. He has 10.
Yeah, 24 and 10 last time for his second double-double of the season versus LaSalle. Alongside Sanford, first time 2 players have hit that mark as a 3-point effort from Estevez misses his first miss from distance of the afternoon. But for UMass, the first time 2 players in the same game have recorded a double-double in 3 years. Last one came in 2020. Here's Curry working on Always Right. Finds an open man, up and in, down low, the layup's good. It was Foster who put it away. And UMass cut it down to 8. Brandon Weston off the bench. First touches the basketball tonight. Puts one up. He's going to take contact. Shot misses. We'll take a look down at the other end for UMass.
I mean, the ball vision there by Curry, playing up to his last name. They're finding the man inside in Tariq Foster.
Brandon Weston comes to the line for Rams. He has 2 free throws.
Foster has appeared in just 37 minutes in 9 appearances off the bench coming into today's game, getting some valuable early minutes as Brandon Weston sinks it from the free throw line. He has had quite the last 2 games from the stripe. 5 for 5 in his last 2. Went 3 for 3 off the bench from the line versus Davidson. Makes his first today.
Well, I'll wait to say this stat until after this shot. Brandon Weston has not missed a free throw all year. He is a 100% shooter from the line.
11 for 11 for Weston. Rhode Island stretched their lead back down to 9. Here is Cohen. Fuchs reaching in, trying to get it from him. Can't do so. Cohen still has it. Near side, inside, hits it back out for Curry. Always Right, quick up to defend. Curry pulls up for 3, bounces out. Right into the hands of Brandon Weston. It's another defensive board for Rhode Island. Lead back to 10.
Not the first time Curry has tested his limits in 3-point range. His first miss from the field, it was previously 3 for 3.
Green inside, down low, puts it up, no good off the rim, but takes the foul. Both teams in the bonus now, so he will step to the line. And that's what we expected, fair to say.
You expected a lot of fouls in a rivalry game, as I said before, but oftentimes games like this where 2 teams play similar, it's about which team is getting into foul trouble first. I mean, but they're dead even in that too. UMass with 10, Rhode Island with 9, both teams in the bonus. So it really, usually sometimes you see one team get into the bonus a bit quicker and they kind of have a bit of a burst in scoring due to that fact. But as of right now, both teams have kind of stayed where they have been. And somebody stepped in too quick. It's going to be a Ram.
Lane violation called against Rhode Island. Jaden House comes back in for Weston. Valuable 2 minutes off the bench for him today. 37-26 Rams lead. Just over 6 to play here in Kingston in this first half. UMass making full use of their bench. As you can see there, 11 points to Rhode Island's 4. We'll look for a little bit more to even up this game again. They have not led tonight. Rhode Island held the lead the whole way. Coming in for UMass, Brooke Thompson, but it's swatted away and cleanly. Rhode Island coming down the other end with Jaden House. Dribbles around, spins around one, kicks it back out to Fuchs. He was wide open, but the foul called beforehand, so the basket won't count. Fuchs will be a little disappointed with that. Sunk it with no pressure.
You see the block by Estevez on the other end. Rising up and proving that he is not just an offensive player, just getting it before it hit the backboard, avoiding the goaltend. And Nathan, just that 3 from Fuchs waved off. If only we were playing soccer where advantage is an aspect of the game.
There you go. I've been teaching you soccer, Aiden.
I have.
It's been my goal.
Part of our friendship has been the culturalization of other sports, and soccer has been one of them. Watched a few World Cup games with you last fall.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Learned a few things. Spent a few afternoons together at the URI Soccer Complex and learned some aspects of the game there. I understand offsides, and I'm learning slowly but surely.
Jaden House sinks his first and makes his second. So he continues his good night. 5 for 5 from the line. He's got 13 points. Here's Curry working on right. Screen set by Cohen. Floats one inside. Cohen's down low. Layup good, and the foul as well. UMass with an and one opportunity. And that's what Josh Cohen can do.
Absolutely. And despite Boogs being disappointed, he did lean in a little bit, deviated from his path on the block slightly. We'll take a look at it. Floats it in, and then, just bumps him there on the way up. There is enough contact to warrant that. Josh Cohen is 2 for 4 from the line today.
First shot, rim backboard and in.
Substitution number 24, Tyler Mason.
And now Tyler Mason checks in for Cohen for the Minutemen. Cohen sees the bench. Inbound by David Green to always right. Looking to work, not in any sort of rush with 5 minutes to play. URI with a 10-point lead, holding it on UMass. 29-39 the score. Right, inside for Green, takes a tip from Curry, but Green still gets it. Goes up above 2. The putback tap in, no good. And eventually coming away with the rebound is Jingay.
Rotten luck. We'll see if UMass can capitalize.
Curry pulls up deep 2. And they do. UMass have it back down to single digits. Here's Jaden House. Well, this is exactly what we saw from UMass 2 games ago against Dayton. They trailed by this amount for pretty much the whole game and then made an absolute battle of it in that last 4 or 5 minutes. Ended up losing by only as much as 4. We'll see if there is a similar story today. Here's Tyson Brown. Out to House. 3 to shoot. Pulls up for 3, and it's in.
That's a 3-point basket for
Jaden House. Are you kidding me? With a hand in his face, with the shot clock winding down, does not faze him. He pulls up and he knocks it down with style.
I don't know how many times we've seen that from Jaden House this season, but it's not much. He is having an afternoon to remember. Foul called against Rhode Island, or no, it just went out. It'll bring us to a timeout. Jaden House getting hyped up. Rhode Island with a 42-31 lead. The 3-point to ice it. And we'll be right back on ESPN+. For their 4th straight win. It would be their longest such streak of the season. And actually the longest since the 1920 season. But again, so much game left to go. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here, Aiden. URI and UMass back underway. Here's David Green. Ed tries to float one inside for Brown. It's poked away. Steal from UMass. Turnover URI. Curry working. Gets it to Cohen. Now near side for Thompson. Drives in, and the layup is good. Absolute strength in the paint from Keon Thompson.
And that's smart play by UMass. They see Rhode Island is stacking the paint vertically, so they go horizontally down the baseline. They find the gap in coverage, and they allow themselves to escape right up to the cup.
substitution. Number 0, Zeke Montgomery replaces Brandon Weston.
Take a look at the last UMass bucket. We'll see here. There you see Thompson, and a great job to avoid the great defense from Weston and Always Right. They were right there. Pun not intended. Weston's hand hit Always Right.
Always Right gets in on the action. He puts one up from mid-range. 3 minutes to go here in the first half between URI and UMass, averaging, again, right, 2.4 points per game. Layup, other end is good. Back and forth go the Minutemen and the Rams. Coming down, here's Montgomery. David Green, top of the arc, finds Jaden House. Back to always right. Bounce pass inside for Green. He's inside. That's where he's dangerous. And he puts it up and in.
That now double-digit points for David Green. Returning to how we saw him against St. Joe's.
Cohen flicks it back. Now it finds Curry outside. Jaden House gets around the screen looking to defend. Curry puts it up, misses off the edge of the backboard, but retained by UMass. Thinking about three was Davis. And eventually gives it back to Josh Cohen. 3 left to shoot. Has to pull up from 3 and does. Hits the bottom of the backboard and it's out. Shot clock violation. It'll be URI ball. We'll take another look at the last play from David Green for URI. Again, we mentioned it. That paint play, that is where he kills you. And he does it right there against the Minutemen.
Now 3 Rams in double digits. Green with 10, Estevez with 11, and House leading all players on the floor with 16. On the flip side, it's just Cohen with 15.
Rhode Island moving it quickly around the arc. Jaden House has it. Moves into the middle, loses it, but keeps possession. Almost prevents it from going too deep, but doesn't. Archie Miller furious at the call. And it's a turnover from Jaden House. He does not like that at all, Aiden.
Now the refs are going to look at it. To me, it looked like House kept the ball from going over that half-court line, and then it went off his foot and over. What they're going to say is going to be Rhode Island ball. House off his foot, keeps it in, and it ends up going off of Curry and over.
Well, that was an interesting turn of events, Aiden. Again,
interesting is one word to use, yeah.
Jaden House thought he had done enough, and it turned out he did. Just wasn't caught right on time. So Rhode Island will restart things. Minute 40 to go here in Kingston in the first half. Rams with a 11-point lead over the UMass Minutemen. Green to a wide-open Montgomery. He pulls from distance, and it's off the far side of the rim.
Rhode Island 7 from 11 from beyond this afternoon. An unprecedented rate of makes from beyond the arc.
How about that from Jalen Curry? Gets up and under, and it rolls in. Both teams in the double bonus late in this first half.
That now 11 points for Curry. That's double-digit scoring in 3 of the last 4 games for him.
Montgomery to right, fakes a 3, pulls it back in, floats to Green. Green inside over, Cohen blocked away. Josh Cohen using his big size and frame to take it away. Now down the other end, jumper mid-range off the back of the rim. It was Keon Thompson who couldn't get the shot to fall.
I believe this is going to be an off-ball foul on Montgomery. It appears I'll be correct.
It is Zeke Montgomery who's charged for the foul.
Both teams now with 11 fouls reaching their team limit.
He has 2 free throws.
We'll see here.
Jingay with a pair of shots at the line. First will not go to a large amount of noise from the Ryan Center. Estevez and Fomina make their way back into the game for the closing stages of the first half. Jingay will have one more from the stripe.
And after this, that'll leave about a possession and a half.
0 for 2. Jingay can't find it. House with the rebound. Steps out of bounds. The ball stays with UMass.
Tough break.
Yeah, we don't have the best angle from our courtside view here, but that seemed like a pretty straightforward one, Aiden. And
I think it was the right call in there. It wasn't too much of a dramatic reaction from Archie Miller, which means that probably was the right call. I think maybe just the big toe touched the white line of the baseline.
Jaden House more frustrated, I think, at himself than anyone there, as UMass intend to take full advantage. The foul goes, the shot doesn't. And once again, Thompson will step up to the line to shoot 2. David Green this time, the guilty party on the foul. We saw the same thing versus St. Joe's, Aiden, last time here at the Ryan Center when you have 2 teams that play this style of basketball, a very, very physical game. Potentially foul trouble becomes a worry late in the second half if it continues the way that it does.
UMass is a better free throw shooting team than Rhode Island. And he'll make both there.
46-39 is the lead for UMass, as you said, Aiden. Just over about a possession to go. 26 to shoot, 35 to play. Rhode Island looking to end the first half on a positive note. They've been in charge the whole time. Tapped away, but kept by House. House is trapped on the side, gets it to Green, in for Fomina. He's trying to get up, guarded by two, still puts it in. Jeremy Fomina off the bench. And a timeout is called by UMass. 7 players now retaking the court. Minutemen 5 of their last 7 from the field. Shooting 15 for 34. Number to look at, they're 1 for 8 though from distance. Rhode Island, as we mentioned, surpassing their average. They're 7 for 11. Here's Curry driving in, pulls up, in and out. No good. Tipping away the rebound is Jaden House. Cohen thought he had a handle on it, and it is judged to go out off a Minuteman, and it is Rhode Island's ball. That'll likely do it for the first half with 3.8 to play.
We've seen a few miracle shots in the Ryans there. Will we see one here?
Green rolls it for Estevez. He's going to try to get something out of the end of this half. Puts one up to beat the buzzer. Banks it off the rim. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Rhode Island with a lead over UMass that is so far delivered.
Absolutely. And 3 of those 4 field goals made for House have been beyond the 3-point line. We'll see if he keeps up those efforts in the second 20 minutes.
Estevez inbound for Courtright. Underway here in the second half. 20 minutes to play between the Rams and the Minutemen. Early conference battle here between the 3rd and 5th place teams in the league. House looks to start things off, trying to drive his way into the paint. Just can't get up, but keeps the ball. Does a nice job. Here's Courtright outside. Spins around one. Floats. Step back. Off the rim. No good. And the rebound won by Jenge.
And that's surprisingly Courtright's first field goal attempt of the afternoon after having a huge day against Davidson. Has been rendered quiet. Really, he just hasn't had the opportunity to shoot.
Keon Thompson kicks it out to an open Diggins. Takes a 3. No good off the back of the rim.
I believe they're going to call an off-ball foul on Hankins Sanford.
UMass foul.
That is correct. URI with the inbound. David Green comes over to take it.
It'll be on Jingay. I missed the other one.
Courtright takes it up, crosses the logo, and URI looking to extend this lead. They've led by as much as 11 and have led for the entire time so far this afternoon. Here's Estevez driving in right side. Through traffic, it's good.
Cam Estevez, as I said before, a 3-level scorer. There you see the inside prowess showing through. And on the other end, it's a great layup by Keon Thompson through some traffic.
Thompson matches Estevez on one end. Both teams with split a pair of field goals to start things off here in this second half. Here's Courtright. Guarded by Jingay. Finds some space. Pulls up for a 3 off the back of the rim. That one doesn't fall. 0 for 2 in the field here in the second half. Is Courtright. Here's Josh Cohen, other end. Cohen hands it off for Rashul Diggins. Loses it. Estevez dives in, trying to keep it. UMass does a great job, though, to keep in, dive in, and retain possession of the ball. Going up to try and capitalize was Hankins Sanford. Misses the layup. Estevez falls out of bounds. Did he throw it up in time? Yes, he did. It stays in, and URI force a turnover. Green hands it off to Estevez. Working on Diggins, finds Courtright near side. Green fouled in the way in. That'll do enough. Similar start to this second half, Aiden. It took a little bit for both these teams to get going in the first. Rhode Island eventually jumped out to that lead.
And they did it by attacking from the perimeter, Nathan. So we'll see if they use a similar strategy. And they'll send it to House, who had 3 3-point buckets in that first 20 minutes.
Bounce pass in the middle to Courtright, who will try to get things going himself. Courtright swings it to Green. Open from 3. That's what he takes. And it's in. The onslaught from downtown continues for Rhode Island. Up to 8 3-point shots made now this afternoon. And the Rams lead 53-41. Step back, three the other end. That one's good. Rasul Diggins gets that one for UMass. And a pair of threes split between either team. This game opening up. Green again from distance. That one off the back iron and no good. He's feeling confident on that last one. Driving inside now for UMass. It's Keon Thompson. He misses the initial shot. The putback tap in is good. Sanford is the one with the points. And all of a sudden, this one wide open, Aiden. 53-46, and it's in a 7-point game.
Ryan Center getting loud. Rhode faithful hoping for a bucket here.
House to Fuchs, closely guarded by Cohen. House gets around, left side, driving in, layup good. Jaden House continues his good night. He's up to 18 points. Tom, who are women off to a good start in conference play as well. Just recently fell to their first loss on the road versus Loyola Chicago. As we mentioned, a good matchup on national air at Richmond. Back underway in this one. UMass got us going outside of the timeout. Compton drives in, rolls off the rim, rebound collected by Fuchs.
Fuchs caught a hand up high. Looks to be okay.
Court right resets for Green, finds Jaden House on the left wing. House, Green is open from the side, it's good! David Green! 58-46 with 16 to play. 9 3-point field goals for Rhode Island. Here's Jenke working around one over Estevez. Rebound won by Cohen. He puts it up and banks it in.
Rhode Island has struggled to box out Cohen all afternoon long. That there. Example number EFG, one of them. He has been a monster on the offensive glass today.
Here's Estevez working inside. Deep three-point makes it. How about that from the freshman? He is pumped up, and he's 4 for 5 from distance. 61-48, Rhode Island stretching this one. Largest lead of the afternoon so far. UMass looking to respond, keeping themselves in it. Hankins Sanford spins, and he dribbles one in.
Nathan, I've taken a survey unofficially, and Cam Estevez is the coolest freshman on campus. He is on fire today. 16 points, 4 for 5 from the field. And there a miscue between Estevez and David Green.
It was bound to happen at some point. A return to reality for Rhode Island, who have been cooking. Then they have played UMass. These teams know each other very, very well. Here in this building, URI have the 41-34 edge all time on the Minutemen. All time, though, it is UMass that holds the series lead at 94-68. Out of the timeout, we're back underway. It is Jalen Curry with the ball for UMass, trying to cut back into a double-figure lead for the Rams. Hits Diggins outside. Now to Jenge, bounce pass for Cohen. Cohen up on Fomina. Two bigs going at it. He gets around, picks up the contact. The shot won't fall. But a nice job there from Cohen to spin around Fomina and pick up the foul.
And right there, Fomina left his feet, and that was the mistake there. If his feet stay planted, there is no foul there. He might even draw an offensive foul if he caught hard enough of an elbow, but left his feet, and that's why the call went the other way.
57% from the line are UMass so far tonight, 8 for 14. Cohen will step up, looking to continue that. Cohen 3 for 5 himself so far. On the season, shoots 66% from the line. And he sinks his first.
I don't even think the net moved on that, Nathan. That was a perfect shot.
As pretty as you like from the line.
Can he duplicate? We shall see.
Started all 15 games this season, averages 17.1 points. Today has 19 now, and 6.7 rebounds his average to go along with that. He sinks both, and the lead 61-52 for Rhode Island. Court right to Estevez, double teamed inside, gives a little bit of space for David Green, and he takes it, rolls the layup in. And the Rams get 2 right back. Cohen, 3. That one rolls out. A rare three-point effort from Josh Cohen, who found himself in open space. Rebound won by UMass, swatted away by Jaden House. It'll stay with the Minutemen.
Doesn't take him often, but a 50% shooter on the year is Cohen. But on the other side, it's David Green attacking inside on Cohen and getting the better of him on that attempt.
Green had a little bit of space now that UMass have really had to put pressure on guarding Estevez out from deep, and he took advantage of it there. Three-point effort for the Minutemen, no good. It was Rasul Diggins who took that one. He has it back now. Second chance, no good. Third one is the charm. And that one goes in for two.
UMass so good on the offensive glass. Second in the A-10 with 13.7 a game. 21st in the country is that mark. They are excellent on the offensive glass, and that's why they're still in this game.
Rhode Island averaged 11.7 offensive rebounds. That's fourth in the A-10. Not so far behind today. They have just 3, though. UMass have been dominating that part of the stat sheet.
16-3.
3-point, Courtright, fouls! Got the basket for Louis Courtright. Took him a little bit to get into it, but he's picking up right where he left off at. Davidson. Rhode Island continue their season best night from beyond the arc. House with a rebound off the missed shot. Open is Fomina. House elects to keep it himself. Passes it back to Courtright. Archie Miller screaming instructions to his team from the sideline. Courtright takes it, 14 on the shot clock, spins around one, kicks out wide open. Jaden House counts the basket. It's good.
This building just...
And the Ryan Center responding. It's 2 other Rams in double figures in the form of David Green with 18. And Cam Estevez with 16 for UMass. Josh Cohen with 19 and Curry with 11.
And Nathan, it's a contest in which the 2 main issues for Rhode Island this season have seemed to evaporate. The three-point shooting, they're 67% from the field from beyond, and free throws, they are perfect. 13 for 13.
Thompson's shot misses. So if you're UMass, Aiden, what's the plan right now? Because they have been in this position before, and they have been able to keep themselves in games. If you're Frank Martin and the UMass bench right now, what are you telling to your team in this next time out?
You need an adrenaline play. It's got to be a deep three. It's got to be a block or something that just gets your bench erupting and puts energy back into your team. It really just seems like UMass is playing just, they seem kind of flat, and they're just a miscue. And that really is a testament to the noise in the Ryan Center. It really does rattle people when they're playing in this building. And we've seen it on a number of occasions, not too much last year with the lack of attendance due to the lack of success of this team. But this year, off of 3 straight wins, now the population increasing.
Estevez shoots it inside to Green under the basket. Can't get enough of an opening, but the foul called. He'll pick that up. You talk about the turnover. It's also, Aiden, I think, a testament to the pressure that Rhode Island have defensively been putting on their opponents in the last few games. They've forced at least 11 turnovers here in 5 of their last 6 games. Only 3 tonight, but Archie Miller saying last night at the coaches show that, or I'm sorry, a couple nights ago at the coaches show that his team have really increased in terms of the amount of effort plays, diving back on the break, trying to defend baskets and putting pressure on their opposition. That's something that he says has really improved about his team in these last few games. And this afternoon so far seems to be the case. 70-54, it's a 16-point lead for the Rams. David Green misses his second, so it'll stay at 16, but rebound won by Rhode Island. It's with Courtright, back to Green, drives inside, finds a lane, off the glass, no good. Brown with the offensive board, he puts one up and misses, and eventually Cohen comes down with it for UMass. Crucial few possessions for them now. Hankins Sanford. Diggins telling him where to go. Goes himself. Left side around. House puts up the contested shot. No good. Brown had hands on the ball off the rebound. It'll go out presumably off a season best three-point barrage at that. 12 for 18. Again, we said this going into the Davidson game 2 games ago. Their season average was just 6. Hit 7 threes in the first half of that one. Thought, okay, it's a better night for them as Diggins takes one and it's no good. Rebound won by the Rams. And coming into tonight, so far, still time to play. They have 12. Montgomery's shot is blocked well by UMass. Smothered at that, and the Minutemen coming down the other way. Driving in, going himself. Looked like Diggins, it was, and there is a whistle. Basket didn't fall. He'll step to the line, shoot a couple of baskets from the line. Montgomery picks up the foul. neither team all that bad against or at the line tonight. Rhode Island 93, 14 for 15. UMass a little bit worse, 10 for 16. That's just 63%. Diggins 5 points on the afternoon, 2 for 9 from the field. Sinks his first free throw.
And Nathan, in the second half for Rhode Island, in the beginning of the year was when they played their worst basketball. You know, you go back to that 5-game losing streak. They had a second half point differential of negative 27. However, in the past 3 games, they're plus 18 in the final 20 minutes of contests. And today, they have a 22-17 advantage. It was Diggins' first step to the line since the conference opener versus Duquesne, where he went 6 for 7, 16 points that night. He was back on January 3rd. He has double figures in 10 games this season, including 3 of his last 4. Getting close to that mark today with 7. It's URI basketball, inbounded and taken on by David Green. Hands it off to an overlapping court right on the left side. He controls the ball, brings it back. Again, court right, coming off a career-high 26 points versus Davidson. Has 6 tonight, but they've come at crucial times. Kicks it out, finds Montgomery. Drives it, open, left lane, goes for the dunk, and it's missed. UMass defending, but Tyson Brown doing almost just enough to stay with the rebound. Looks like he steps out of bounds. He does. And UMass take the ball back, but what a play that would have been from Zeke Montgomery. We'll take a look at it. I mean, Montgomery comes up about 2 inches short of a dunk that would have shattered the roof of the Ryan Center into pieces, scattered along West Alumni Avenue. That would have brought the house down. What an announcement it would have been. His first points. He's still looking for his first field goal of the night. Curry down the other way. UMass looking for some momentum. Diggins bounce inside to Sanford. Around Green, puts it up in, and it's good. That's what UMass needs if they want to get back into this game. And Sanford, again off the back of his first career double-double, gets it done on David Green. And now that even ups the ante, though. Working down on David Green, a great defender, and good job to finish. And now with a chance to tack on one more. Has had to convert. He has not had a trip to the line today. Converts. He has double figures now in 3 of his last 4 games. He's up to 10 points on the afternoon. Brown and Montgomery step out for Rhode Island coming into the game. It's like his Fuchs and Estevez. Rhode Island by 11, 70-59, 10 to play here. Looking at the turnover numbers. Rhode Island was 6 to UMass's 4. And UMass has scored 6 points off the turnover. Open for Fuchs, puts it in and gets the foul. How about that? David Fuchs, who is on his return from concussion protocol, averaging 3 straight double-doubles in the last 3 games, puts up a huge and 1 opportunity and will step to the line to make it 3. Receives the ball there and committed a foul on Josh Cohen a few minutes back and gets payback there with an and 1 opportunity, and he converts. We mentioned David Fuchs and his 3 straight double-doubles. 4 points, or make it 5, and 4 rebounds on the afternoon. So not quite hitting that total, but it's been hugely important for the defensive effort for the Rams in these last few games, as Rhode Island will get called for another foul. It is Fuchs, the guilty party there. And UMass will keep possession of the ball. That Fuchs is 3rd. He joins Brown and Fomina with 3 fouls. The only Rams approaching foul trouble. Look at that, Aiden. 38 of UMass's 59 points have come in the paint. And we knew both of these teams as teams that like to attack in and down low. And so far that's been UMass all day. And they've tallied 40-plus point paints in 10 contests this year. Looking like it's going to come 11. Worthy puts up the layup, and there's some more. That's what they've been doing. That's what's been working for UMass so far today. And they get another 2 points. 11 or 12-point lead for the Rams. 73-61. 9:45 to play as Jaden House is called. He goes up for the layup, but the basket won't count. It was well after the whistle.
We'll take a look at that last bucket from UMass. Again, this is what has been working for them. Working through was Marquis Worthy. He puts up the layup over a rushing Estevez that couldn't quite get back in time. He has 4 points now, 2 for 3 from the field. Jenge checks back in for UMass. Inbound from Cam Estevez goes to Jaden House. And now it's handed to Louis Courtright. 9.5 to play, 8 to shoot. And this can be called against Rhode Island. Goes UMass's way.
The tough foul on House.
Well, the problem for them looked like it was going to be finding a shot. Instead, the foul called and a turnover gifted to the Minutemen. What can they do with it is the question. Jalen Curry has it. He crosses halfway.
Well, you're down 12 with halfway gone here in half number 2. You have a chance to turn momentum. You need a bucket here, but a whistle blows. Are they going to call this on Rhode Island again? They are. It's going to be on David Green. It's going on David Cruz. I apologize.
Archie Miller can't believe it. And he still is very animated towards these officials here. There's been a number of calls that the fans certainly don't like.
And David Fuchs will come off as a result, as that is his 4th foul.
Let's take a look at it.
Josh Cohen comes to the line. He has 1 and 1.
It's tough because his feet were up, but does that warrant a moving screen? I'm not sure if the severity was there. His feet were up, but then again, it's just, that's a call where you're going by the book, and a call that some referees will let go. They don't let it go there, though.
I'm sure if we were at Mullins over in Amherst, the fan reception would be much different.
I take that bet.
I mentioned, Aiden, and we look up, and I can't really remember the last time I was here. I look up at the top row of the Ryan Center, just full of people. A good crowd here. A foul this time called against UMass. This time it's Frank Martin that doesn't like the call. So you can't say it's not going both ways, Aiden, as this one called against the Minutemen.
Well, I mean, at least it's going both ways. Now both teams in the bonus. So we may see a spike in scoring.
The Rams are now in the bonus.
Rhode Island was perfect from the line in the first half, 13 for 13. That percentage has dropped to 94, but when you have the problems that you've had all season when you're Rhode Island, that is a breath of fresh air for these fans. 15 for 16 from the stripe. Here's Courtright with a couple of shots.
Missed the first.
Yep.
He had a 1-on-1. He'll miss the first.
Rebound taken by Jalen Curry. 9 minutes to find a way back for UMass. They've been in this position before. They've done it before. Can they do it again here in Kingston? Here's Cohen. Hands it off. Curry, deep 2. Jumper no good. Rebound corralled by Tyson Brown. Got up first.
Those defensive rebounds are going to be what's going to win Rhode Island this game. They're going to say no shot attempt, so House will have 1-and-1 as a result.
Yeah, again, taking a look at the offensive boards, it's UMass all day, 18-5. But on the defensive glass, UL Riley, 21-17. Early in the game, Jaden House coming up with a few big ones. Tyson Brown coming in big. Tyson Brown, by the way, had one of the most important rebounds of the game versus Davidson. Archie Miller calling him the unsung hero of that win late in the game. And defensively, that has been to the aid of Rhode Island. Jaden House now at the line. Makes his first.
Jenge hits the floor. I believe he wanted a call on Rhode Island. And he's not going to get it. The body language of the players for a second there was suggesting that Jenge might have gotten the foul call that he was looking for. But House will return for his second of a 1-and-1.
Not the first time we've seen the official over there at Rhode Island's bench in discussion with Archie Miller. House with a second free throw now. 22 points, 6 for 6 from the line. Will he stay perfect? Yes, he will.
17 for 19 from the line today.
He's approaching his season high 25 points. Hit that versus CCSU early in non-conference play.
Rhode Island foul charge number 10, Tyson
Tyson Brown now called with the foul for Rhode Island. UMass get the ball back.
And now really on both sides, the referee's a bit trigger happy with that whistle. You got to think now, this can happen when you have a lot of fouls in the first half. The referees want to control the game, so they'll blow you a bit easier with these calls. But, I mean, some of these on either side are questionable.
Fomina comes back in for Rhode Island. First free throw goes. Tyson Brown comes on out. 2 Rams, Tyson Brown and David Fuchs, both with 4 fouls, Aiden. Something to look at late in this game. That could end up being a huge, huge loss for the Rams if either of them foul out. Hank and Sanford on the UMass end also with 4.
Especially when you have an already banged up front court. You're missing Joseph Appelau, a knee injury. That's a huge block by Cohen.
House is denied at the rim by Josh Cohen. That is what he is so good at, using his frame to his advantage. And it's about as clean as a block as you'll get so far tonight. Rams will keep the ball. Always right to inbound. Goes to Fomina. Hands it back to right. Around the official. Almost got caught up there. Now the play call coming from right. Trying to get around Curry. Still locked in. 7 to shoot. House is trapped. Pushed back. House needs to shoot. 3 seconds left. Pulls up. 3-point effort. Falls. Money from Jaden House at the buzzer. And he cannot miss right now. Call that a season-high 26 points. And the Rams are flying.
Jaden House loves his theatrics. He had a chance for a 2, steps back for a 3, and nails it at the buzzer. Injecting adrenaline into this Ryan Center crowd. They now lead by 15.
That's a pair of shots from distance. Jaden House has been forced to just chuck it up under heavy pressure. And both times he's been able to find the basket. Cohen on the other end missed one. Here's House again. Floats it inside. Open right. UMass get on him quickly. Kicks back out to Fomina. 63-78 the score. Here's House trying to get around, and again 6 to shoot. Again pulls up. This time off the front of the rim. No good from Jaden House. A rare miss so far. David Green with the rebound. Puts one up. Banks off the glass and in.
Nathan, we've watched this Rhode Island team for a few years. This may be the most complete game of basketball the Rams have played in the past 2 seasons.
Curry pulls up deep 2, no good. Aiden, the fan attendance here certainly seems to agree. Estevez, oof, that looked ugly. Falls onto Worthy right on the back of him, stays down for a little bit. It'll bring us to a timeout. A few players from the Minutemen banged up. We'll be right back. It is a 17, the bonus outside the media timeout. 6:45 left to play. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon in Kingston. It has certainly been a good one. Rhode Island looking for their 4th straight win, would be the most streak, or the longest such streak since the 2019-2020 season. And the longest such streak in Archie Miller's brief coaching tenure here in Kingston. Still a lot of basketball to play. UMass looking for a way back into it. Under 7 to play here. Jinge hands it off to Thompson. And the player in question, Jinge, stepped out, getting the ball back. And it goes to Rhode Island. A turnover that UMass really can't afford at this point, Aiden. And it gives Rhode Island a chance to extend the lead. Here's a look there at Frank Martin. Again, a pair of second-year head coaches. Taking 2 relatively young teams to battle it out here early in the A-10 season. David Green on him is Jinge. Tight, finds Fomina. Hands it off to Estevez. Estevez trying to find space. Goes over right side into the corner. Back to Fomina. He's going to take a 3. And that one is going to miss. Jeremy Fomina, not an avid 3-point shooter so far this year. Now down the other end, contested is Keon Thompson. Not sure if Green got a touch on that, Aiden, but it ended up going into the back end of the backboard. A foul is called on Rhode Island. So UMass will get some shots.
And now, Nathan, we come to the point of the game. There's only 5 minutes and change left in this one. And Rhode Island has been on this boat for a while. They've battled some rocky waters. Some storms have reached them on their journey, but they see a coastline in the distance. You just have to sail this boat right into the harbor safely, and you'll see yourself with a win. I thought I might get a bit artistic with it. Ocean.
Well, if any league can prove us wrong right now, it is the Atlantic 10. Again, just under 6 minutes to play, Aiden. That's a lot of basketball. And UMass have proven themselves to be a team that can fight down the stretch.
Atlantic 10, Ocean State team. I can make Ocean puns all afternoon long, but we'll go back to basketball here.
Always right, working high up on Keon Thompson. Trying to swat it away was Diggins, but Courtright picks up the pass, signals to his team just to slow down. 12 on the shot clock, 5.5 to play. Courtright finds Always Right. If anything, UMass doing a really nice job forcing Rhode Island to take shots outside the arc, which normally isn't their strength. Today it is. Green pulls up. That's good. How about that?
Hand in his face. Who cares? Not David Green. And a foul called him from Mina.
If that is not a shot, I think this team in non-conference would ever dream of taking or making at that. But unfortunately for UMass, that has been all they have been able to do today. Green under contest, not a lot of time left on the shot clock. Had to take one, did, and sunk it. UMass approaching 5 scoreless minutes. And URI 2 away from a 20-point lead. Cohen looking to cut into it from the line. Your UMass, this is where it matters. And Cohen able to convert. Haven't seen any of Matt Cross today. Again, did not get the start for the first time this year after going out late against LaSalle with what appeared to be an ankle or lower leg injury. And he has not played so far tonight. He is dressed, but not sure if he will make an appearance at this point, as both shots go from Cohen. And it's 83-67.
He was dressed coming into this one, warmed up with the team. Maybe he could have gotten some limited minutes, but due to the physicality of this contest, probably the smart move of Frank Martin to keep him out.
The duo of Josh Cohen and Matt Cross averaging 33 points a game. That is how important he is to this UMass offense. Not to discredit that anything Rhode Island's done tonight, but a huge loss for the Minutemen, if indeed he does not play at all. Here is Cohen. Curry to Diggins, working around right, tries to find a lane inside, does! Hits the deck off the contact from right, doesn't get the call, but puts in the basket. And the Minutemen get 2 back. House going inside, whistle goes, play called dead.
Now for Rhode Island, these foul shots become ever so more crucial. Trying to navigate your way to a win in a team that's known for coming back. Granted, the clock is against UMass's favor, but nothing's impossible. So making these free throw shots so important for Jaden House.
Josh Cohen, who just sunk 2 at the other end, up to his 9th 20-plus point performance of the season, has 23 right now. As House sinks his first from the line. Another season high comes the way of David Green, 24 points. The offense is just clicking today for the Wrens. Worth noting that a UMass team who is right at the top of the conference, or among the top 3 in terms of points scored per game at 82, so far held under that. 85-69. Rhode Island now averaging over 80 points in conference play after their full season average falls at just 73. 3-point Diggins, that one off the rim, off the glass and out. And the rebound hoisted away by Cam Estevez. Louis Courtright working on Diggins. 4 minutes to go now as the mark comes and goes. 15 to shoot. Courtright working, trying to find a way around. Cohen looking for Jaden House in the corner, but it's picked away by Rashul Diggins. Diggins now has it other end, left side, goes around House. House blocks it away. Bomina keeps it in. And it comes just as far as the hands of Keon Thompson, who can't make the basket. He hits the ground. Courtright also on the ground, holding his leg behind the play. Not a great look for Rhode Island. Aiden, a huge block from Jaden House, but URI couldn't get rid of it. And now it doesn't look great for Louis Courtright.
It looked to be non-contact. He walked into the tunnel on his own power, but he also is wearing a brace on that right knee.
Yep.
Maybe, possibly a pre-existing injury that he was nursing that just got flared up. We certainly hope for the best regarding the health of Louis Courtright.
No official word on the non-contact injury. We will bring it to you if we get anything, but unlikely before the full-time buzzer. So we hope he is okay, as always, as we're back underway. David Green has it. And always right, Rhode Island looking to close out their 4th straight win. With a lot left to play as a whistle goes. 85-69 the lead right now. Rhode Island by 16.
And Brendan Weston also went down with an injury. Hasn't been back. Always right. Looks like he collided with Brandon Weston on the way up. His hand. So Weston, no word with Weston. Weston is back on the bench, but he has yet to come onto the floor. Seems to have a wrap on that right hand.
The only official injury that we know of is Joseph Bilau's lower leg injury that ever since his comeback early in the non-conference slate has been bugging him as he is out for a 3rd straight game. Here's UMass. That one's good. Keon Thompson gets one in on the break. UMass capitalize, and they're back within 15. Always right, looking for David Green, finds him. Top of the arc now. Green looks for options. Pulls up for 3. Misses everything. Falls well short. I can't blame him after the kind of shots he's made today. Jaden House takes a hand to the face. It'll be a foul before the shot goes up.
Luckily for Rhode Island, Jaden House was right underneath the rim to grab that one going back. Green will say, no, I saw him there. That was completely intentional. I meant to have that be a pass. And Jaden House will go to the line as a result.
2 minutes, 41 seconds without a field goal for Rhode Island. Jaden House has 2. Season high mark for him. He has 28 points on 7 for 11 from the field, 5 for 7 from deep, and a perfect 9 for 9 from the free throw line.
Well, no longer after you just missed that one.
I would say the announcer's jinx, but I said it as it was happening.
It was almost after. So I think you're in the clear.
Jaden House, he was the A-10 player of the week back on November 13th. First player to average 20-plus points in his first game. In his first 3 games as a Ram since 2020. He's back beyond that mark today. Bounce pass inside, looking for Hankins Sanford. Can't collect it under the basket, but gets it back in the corner. Curry working on all ways right. Pulling up for 3 is Rasul Diggins, and he sinks it. Timeout called. Will keep it right here. Aiden, UMass has a couple possessions left. Unfortunately for them, let Dayton get a crucial defensive stop and go down to win the game by just 4, but certainly not over until it's over. No field goals in the last 3 minutes for Rhode Island as they take the inbound. Jaden House looking to stop that. Gets it to Courtright, who is back on the floor. Courtright all the way down for Jeremy Fomina.
Maybe expect UMass to pressure Courtright with his limited mobility.
That's what they're doing. Diggins high and tight on Courtright. Behind the back, tries to spin around. Screen set by David Green. Then he gets the ball back over the head pass, drives in, puts it up, and rolls in. The tip from Fomina, the finishing touch. And he'll get the credit for the points.
UMass only 1 timeout remaining. If they want to come back, they have to slam the gas now.
Curry from 3 thinks about it on David Green. Rasul Diggins, he goes for 3. That one high and off the mark. Courtright with the rebound, and there's 1.5 minutes to play.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on Thompson.
It was all over Courtright. You're absolutely right, Aiden. They are doing everything they can to keep Courtright out of the danger zone, and they've committed a foul in the process that will send Courtright, the junior, from the line. We'll take a look at that last basket. Fomina getting the touch on it off David Green's effort in the paint.
There are the perks right there, being 6'11". Fomina towering over the other players on the floor allows him to just tap that one right back in.
misses the first free throw. 88-74 still the score. Both teams in the double bonus now, similar to the end of the first half.
And Nathan, Jaden House coming off 29 points. A career afternoon for Jaden House in a affair that is just tying up the loose ends of it for Rhode Island. With a win, they will take second place in the Atlantic 10, joining Dayton as the only 3-0 team.
House comes off and hits the bench to a loud reception from this Ryan Center crowd, appreciative of his efforts tonight. Here's Curry, other end, going up to the block was Fomina. Instead, he makes it. Count the basket. It's an and one. UMass not giving up, not going down without a fight. Unsurprisingly, at that, a minute 15 to play, and they have a chance for a three-point possession.
Jeremy Fomina fouling out of the game. But right there, it's Curry forcing Rhode Island's big to take a seat for the remainder of the last 75 seconds.
Perhaps a little bit surprising that it took this long. 4 other players, 2 for each team, in severe foul trouble with 4 each. Tyson Brown, David Fuchs for Rhode Island, Thompson and Hankins Sanford for UMass. Fomina out of the game. Minute 15 left to go. Ends his night with 6 points as Curry hits it from the line. Full court press in operation for UMass. Inbound taken by House and looped all the way over cross court for Courtright. House gets it back inside for Green. Rhode Island moving up efficiently.
1 minute remaining in regulation. 1 minute.
Nathan, this was a game, as I said before, in which Rhode Island's 2 main struggles this year seem to fade away.
2 to shoot. House pulls up from distance. That one's short. It'll be a shot clock violation. That time, Jaden House, who has made a couple of those clutch shots tonight, just couldn't find an opening, or not one big enough. And UMass credit with the turnover. 42 left to play here in Kingston. Rhode Island with a 12-point lead over UMass. 10 turnovers forced by the Minutemen tonight compared to only 5 by the Rams. Here's Curry in, around, up and under Green, but the shot no good. Green snares the rebound.
Burn as much time as they can, and now the shot clock is off. Rhode Island just having to dribble this one out. Free throw shooting, 75%. Three-point shooting, 61%.
No shot clock. Courtright will dribble this one out. Aiden, you said it. Rhode Island seem to have dissolved their issues that have plagued them early in the season. And for the first time since 2018, Rhode Island start conference play 3-0.